Today I want to show you how to estimate angles. The way to do that is to think about what's called benchmarks. Specific angles. Angles that are easy for us to remember. Angles that we use to gauge if it's more or if it's less. And this is probably the easiest benchmark there is. This is a special type of angle called a right angle. And please remember that an angle is simply just two lines coming together. They form what's called an angle. This is the angle here. And if it's a right angle, usually it'll be noted or marked with a little box. And this box should tell you that it's a right angle. Now, right angles are always measured as 90 degrees. And a 90 degrees looks just like an L. So if it looks like an L, you should be able to estimate that it's 90 degrees. Now, if it's less than an L, like let's say this shape, that's less than 90 degrees. This angle is actually, I would estimate this angle as somewhere between maybe 30 degrees, right? Or maybe even half of this, 45 degrees. See, I'm estimating by comparing it to this one. And what if it's more, right? See how this one's a bit wider? It's not quite a straight L, it's bigger than an L. This one obviously is more than 90 degrees, so maybe this one's 120 degrees. These are just estimations. They're not 100% accurate, but this is one way of being able to identify angles. Estimating. So here I have a little angle. I say it's little because I'm thinking of a right angle. And you should remember that a right angle is shaped like an L, and it looks like this. If a right angle is 90 degrees, doesn't that look smaller? It looks smaller than 90 degrees. It looks like it's been closed a little bit. So if I were to estimate, would this be more than 90 degrees or less than 90 degrees? You're right. It looks like it's half of this. So I would estimate this maybe as, I don't know, 45 degrees, because half of 90 is 45 degrees. That's an estimate. Now over here, this one's opened a bit wider. This one's opened really wide. So this one looks like it's going to be less than 90 degrees or more than 90 degrees. This one should be more than 90 degrees. And I'm just throwing an estimate out there. Maybe it's, I don't know, 125 degrees. Again, that's an estimate of how much it is. Now these are two angles that you need to know. These will help you estimate. If it's looks like an L, it's going to be about 90 degrees. If it's got the square, that's always 90 degrees. And this is a straight line. We call straight lines straights. They're straight lines. So we actually have a name for that. It's called a straight angle. And straight angles go from here all the way to here, and that's 180 degrees. Yeah. These are the two most common angles that you'll see, and we use those as benchmarks. So we've been learning about how to estimate angles. This angle is a little different. It's going in the opposite direction, but you need to ask yourself, does it look like an L, right? Is it an L? Because remember, L-shaped angles, whether they're going this way or that way, L-shaped angles are 90 degrees. Is this going to be 90 degrees? No. Is it more than 90 degrees? No, it's less. So this is going to be less than 90 degrees. I'm just going to estimate, and I would say maybe this is 45 degrees, half of 90 degrees. Now this is just estimating. Next week we'll learn how to use protractors, and using the protractors we'll learn how to measure these angles to get an accurate measurement. Thanks for watching.